Let's see here. So we saw this guy a while back, and he was apparently not a big fan of my my commentary about him, by the way. I think DeadwingDork or somebody re-uploaded. It might have been Tivy, actually, re-uploaded my William PJ mask thing. What was it? It was like his 10 series he hated as a kid or something. I forget what it was even. But that was where we got Teletubbies from. And it was just a very strange video where he was like talking to an angel and devil on his shoulder. There was like stories from when he was 5. It was very bizarre. And he's back. And well, you know, yeah, and as somebody re-uploaded a clip of that, and he found it, and he like in an itemized list dissected all of how wrong I was about my commentary on him, which is a shame because I was going for accuracy more than anything. But now we have this one here, my top 10 favorite childhood shows. And yeah, I mean, again, we have the PJ Mask dog or whatever that is. Paw Patrol. Yeah, it's Paw Patrol. And the train. And there he is in his fedora down there. And, you know, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Oh, why are you beating up on Gordy? Why does he hate Gord? What's his problem with Gord? So this is what we're in for. Yeah, I feel like his hatred for Gord / Tom Green from the Freddy Got Finger Family movie. I think that came up last time, and I was similarly peeved by his hatred for Gord. I love Gord. I mean, we're all Gord on the inside. It's soap on a rope, Gord! We're all Gord on the inside, you know. We all just want to make our daddy proud. Proud? And I just don't know how anybody in good conscience could hate Gord from Freddy Got Finger Family. But or that guy. Oh my god. Well, that's fair. That's justified. Ali Jessuvid and Milk Barn. Hang on, let me make sure that Oh, I think Sleepy just sent it to me too. Thank you. Thank you for finding it, folks. We will get to this in due time, but let's begin with this. This is a bit of a long video. Don't expect that we'll watch the whole thing, but you know, we'll skim through it. I gotta know his list, obviously.
Good day, everyone. Remember I talk about the worst cartoons?
Yes, I did speed him up a little bit. He is slightly sped, so that's if he seems a little sped to anybody, that's the reason. It's that I boosted his speed a little bit.
That's my least favorite childhood shows on my top 10 least favorite childhood shows last year. Yeah, that was a tough times. But now this year, I'm going to talk about my favorite childhood shows, just like I keep my promise last year, with cartoons and live-action shows, with great execution, wonderful stories, lovable...
Oh man, he's using words like execution. I mean, we're either in for Mr. Anime or YMS, and what's the difference, really?
Characters, heartwarming moments, and fantastic life lessons for the children of all ages, including myself.
Children of all ages, pictured here. I mean, this is basically just that one Holiday Inn commercial from the commercial segment.
Let's jump right in on my 10 favorite childhood shows.
But William PJ, you don't even pay rent. Neither does Grandma.
Grandma doesn't pay to live here.
Grandma's 93.
Well, there you go.
Grandma got rid of all of her weird train shit and dolls that she had a whole cabinet for years ago, okay?
Oh! Starting with my number 10.
Go long, dude.
Pingloo.
You fucking Pingu? Okay, all criticisms are levied. He's been freed of all charges. He likes Pingu. I mean, it could be higher up in the number 10 for fucking it's Pingu. I mean, it's fucking Pingu and everything, but you know, it's fine. It's you know, he seems pretty based.
This claymation show takes place in Antarctica. We have our main character, Pingloo, who lives with his parents, including his sister, who I didn't...
You know, the name of the cartoon, like, the name of the show is what the character's name is, you know? It's your 10th favorite show.
This claymation show takes place in Antarctica. We have our main character, Pingloo, who...
I know he's like, I know the reason why he's saying Pingloo. I know. Don't think I don't know. It's not like it's a surprise to anyone, right? The reason, TM. But it's just like, you know, I don't know. I figure people that probably have autism, you know, are probably going to be like real sticklers about like the details. And not say Teletubbies and Pingloo. Like, come on, William PJ. Come on, man.
Who lives with his parents, including his sister, who I didn't know what her name was. So, guys, I'm confused. What's Pingloo's sister name was? Pinga.
What's Pingloo's sister's name was?
Got it.
Pinga.
So my original idea
Pingla
is to put this show
Pingla as usual
on my number 8. But instead, I put the show on my number 10, since after I swapped size for Blinky Bill. But don't worry, I'll mention that wonderful show later.
What?
So the reason is why...
So Pingu gets lower rating than some show I've never heard of ever. Blinky Bill?
I put Pingloo on my number 10. It's because it have 13 banned episodes and it's got pulled off the air all over the world, including my country, Australia. Yes.
My country, Australia? What the fuck do you mean, my country, Australia? Does he really just have the accent so thick? Not the Australian one, but the other one. That you can't tell his Australian accent? Is that...
So the reason is why I put Pingloo on my number 10, it's because it has...
I guess I can kind of detect it. He just mostly sounds like an American, though, actually. Wow. This is like learning about Ben Shapiro's tiny little hat. Like, you always think it's just him with his hair. No, he's got a secret little, tiny little hat. You know? And it's the same thing with this. Like, he just sounds like a normal person, but he's got a little bit of an accent in there.
13 banned episodes and it's got pulled off the air all over the world, including my country, Australia. Yes, there's 13 banned episodes like with bleeding mouth, wheeze on the floor in the bathroom, kiss with their mates from their young age.
Stop giving the shippers ammo!
Child abuse,
Oh
and giving children's nightmares when they asleep.
I don't remember this from a kid, being a kid, but I did... like, find out about this years later, and just, man, what the fuck? I guess I'm glad I missed this one.
Jesus Christ! Look at this creature! He must be the giant seal who was created by Vio Quinto Ratatouille, but in stop motion and claymation, who is trying to eat so many children's souls. At least Kai...
You know... the foundations of what he's trying to say are all there. I shouldn't give him too much shit. He managed to... you know, he managed to bring all the right pieces. He just didn't construct it properly.
You have 11 banned episodes.
Jesus
15 years before it
Christ!
got removed from PBS Kids. And that franchise is still hated by all of us to this very day.
I swear, you know, my dad used to claim that, like, Pokemon was, had subliminal messages in it. And I swear to God, I don't know if Pokemon did, but they put something in this show. They put something in Caillou that made Caillou just, I don't know, just people of a certain age, of a certain brain persuasion, just fucking love Caillou. It's their favorite thing in the world to hate. I say it, they love Caillou. They hate it so much that they love it. It really is like that. It's a fixation. It's a hyper fixation. And I don't know. I remember Caillou. I was also annoyed by Caillou as a kid. I mean, I don't even know how this fucking show got made. Like, who the fuck liked Caillou, right? I'm not arguing that Caillou was good. I'm just like, I don't get why so many people hate it so much. And I never will. People have offered theories. I never... The strongest theory I've heard is that Caillou is a misbehaving child, and you know, people like William here probably, you know, are like taught by their parents, you know, make sure you behave very well, and like they take that to heart, and watching Caillou not behave well is like anathema to them. They hate it. They want it to stop. It's like an itch they can't scratch. They need him to behave. They need him to be grounded. And I mean I guess that's a pretty convincing explanation. As someone who barely understands psychology, I guess that's fairly convincing, sure. But I don't know.
But here, it have 13 banned episodes like I said before, and this franchise is popular, and it have a high score on IMDb to beat Caillou after Caillou has been aired on TV since 1997. Sure, Pinklo was got into trouble and got grounded whenever he was being racism and been uncaring to his sister and everyone else, and did a lot of naughty things, but he learned his
naughty things.
Lessons in the end.
So he really does just have the two accents going on at once. I can't believe I never noticed that he was Australian. Maybe this came up in the last one and I just forgot. Look at this fucking face, by the way. This is a great Pingu face. Pingloo, sorry. Well, that's where they live. They're in an igloo. They're in the Pingloo. This is a great face. That's a good Pagu. That's Pagu.
So this show is have a rap theme song called Do the Pingloo Dance, who's created by none other than the legend.
Wait, what about Pingloo racism? Hang on.
Pinklo was got into trouble and got grounded whenever he was being racism and been uncaring to his sister and everyone.
Being racism? How often did that come up in Pingu? Maybe that was like one of those banned episodes. I don't know.
Else, and did a lot of naughty things, but he learned his lessons in the end. So this show is have a rap theme song called Do the Pingloo Dance, who's created by none other than the legend David Hasselhoff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I used to like that song when I was 16 years old, but now as an
16?
adult, this song is okay. Yeah, and
when I was 16, I loved Do the Pingu Dance. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, that's the one that gets all the panties dropping.
Recommended this show, and it's still part of my childhood.
David Hasselhoff.
And for my number 9...
Go on, dude.
Oh my god, why is it so loud all of a sudden?
Dude.
Tom and Jerry. Aw, good old Tom and Jerry, one of Hanna-Barbera Productions' treasure from 1940 to nowadays. Our main protagonist, Tom and...
again with the accent thing, I guess autism really is like the great equalizer. You just get enough of that accent and you just kind of sound... that's like, it's like the generic future accent, when the Predator future happens and we're all, autistic geniuses with superpowers as the next step of human evolution, we're all just gonna sound like that. And whether you're from like Australia or like deep in Canada there or somewhere, or like you're from like Wisconsin or whatever, Chicago, you're all just gonna sound like a user, and it's great. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Jerry, who's fighting each other who wins first with their crazy, wacky, and hilarious antics. And this franchise was with us for over 85 years. They have 2 theatrical movies. One is the original from 1992 in hand-drawn animation, and the other is the cartoon live-action mix-up movie from 2021. And they have lots of directed DVD specials after the failure of the first movie, but I still like the first movie. And they have few reboots after the successful of the original. And I prefer Tom and Jerry Tales and the original. So Itchy and Scratchy from The Simpsons.
Okay, alright, so, next we get the one with the koalas.
He has ditched his mother. So they free the animals to travel all around the world with the caravan as the big balloon, which is belonged to our main villain, Basil Circus, and his dim-witted younger brother, Cyril Circus.
This is the one that he put instead of Pingu. Pingu was gonna be in this spot, and he put this fucking garbage there instead. I'm offended.
My favorite part from the episodes, The Dog's Best Friend, is this part where Flap has slid down from the stairs handle. This reminds me of Drop Dead Fred.
My god, audio mixing. This is the first time anybody's ever been reminded of Drop Dead Fred.
Who put that there? Who put that there? I know it was painful to
good
watch,
one.
and I was just being silly. So a decade after the finale of this show, and after the successful of the Christmas special of Blinky Bill, they made the CGI reboot of the theatrical movie of Blinky Bill, which takes place in the Ultimate Timeline, which is my favorite movie from 2015, which I prefer the original show in hand-drawn animation, and the Christmas...
This must be some, like, fucking Aussie bullshit, right? Is that what this is? Yeah, I mean, yeah, in the Australian bush, it's like a koala. It's a fucking koala, mate. Yeah. I was told not to do an Australian accent again. I was told by an Aussie that it was disgusting. It was horrible. It was like mixing 5 accents at once. Well, fuck you. It's relevant now. It's relevant. And I don't care if it sounds more like New Zealand. It's relevant.
Special as the finale. I know I was rude and mean to the cartoon live-action mix-up movie of Blinky Bill from 1992, but I'm sure I'll give the movie a chance to watch it again. And for my number 7,
Go long, dude.
Brothers and their boss Benson. And this show was a parody of...
I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know if this is like highfalutin user video. He's just kind of rambling. The other one that we saw was really good from him, where he was like, yeah, he was talking very, like, personally about, like, the kid he made friends with, and like the devil on his shoulder was happening. That was a whole part of that video too. It was a very strange video. This is kind of so far just like typical user video, really. We got Gumball,
worse than I remember. And for my number 6,
Go long, dude.
Pocoyo.
Pocoyo.
One of the best Nick Jr. show in the mid-2000s. When I was a little boy, I first time watched the show after I watched Peep in the Big White World, which is my favorite childhood show from PBS Kids. Oh man,
I really want to see him do a video like this though, but it's like, you know, it's like my favorite prestige television.
But instead I put the Weekles on my number 2, so I put the show on my number 5. Just like I did to Pingloo and Blinky Bill.
He really does say Pingloo.
There's
It's like Teletubbies. It's like that's just how he learned the word, and he did not progress.
Characters that I don't like, so there's Belinda Lucida, Troy,
Hey, so this is a show where he's watching a bunch of, little kids, you
and
know?
Floyd. And for Lady Prick's
Maybe we're
Bottom.
just talking about shows he used to like as a child, and now obviously he's an adult, so he obviously no longer watches this show.
Well, she's meh. But for Alvin, nah, he's an okay character. And then we have the character that I hate the most is Grandpa's older sister, Loretta. That pain in the fish's tail who never shuts up and never understands.
Pain in the Fisher's Tail? Well, okay.
My other favorite British show. So all of you kids from all around the world, if you never heard about Thomas and Friends...
Hey, who here loves trains?
How did you never hear about Thomas? Especially in this corner of the internet. That's borderline impossible.
It's a live-action animated British show with talking trains based on the original book The Railway Series, who's written by the late and legend Wilbur Awdry. And the show itself was created by the late and great Broadcloth. They have some hilarious humors, catchy songs, likable characters, cool villums, wonderful life lessons, and darker moments.
Oh, man.
And no, I am not going to conclude All Engines Go, the reboot. Or shall I say, All Engines Trash.
Oh, you got him!
Except for Bruno, because he's the best character. He deserves better than this reboot. So after the failure of All Engines Go, and after Mattel has ruined the franchise and the nostalgia...
Ruined the franchise. My nostalgia is ruined. It's all over because of that one product. Product can never be salvaged because of certain product. I mean, it's never going to be the same as it once was. They can't just like move on as if that All Engines Go thing didn't happen. I mean, obviously the grand overarching story of Thomas and Friends won't allow for that. You know, there'll be inconsistencies.
And insulting lots of autistic people all over the world. But luckily, Mattel got sued.
I'm sorry, what? Okay, recommended to Mattel, blah blah blah, welcome members of the autism community to Thomas Land by something catering to the autism community, to the... Oh man. Like they know too, that's incredible. I had no idea about this. I didn't know they knew. Like, I didn't know Mattel was aware of the autism community's love for Thomas. That's That's fucking crazy.
Lots of autistic people.
That's great. Do you think Sega knows about autism with Sonic? Do they know? They have to know. I mean, they made Forces with a character creator, for God's sake. Oh man. Takashi Iizuka is aware of Sonic cosplayers and like Gmod porn with Sonic in inflation. He knows about all of it. They have to run it by all of it by him. And Ian Flynn, for some reason. He's also involved for some reason.
But luckily, Mattel got sued because of this, even counted lots of videos from the YouTubers. And
they know about Chris. Yeah, they do.
To hell with Mattel.
It's true.
So my favorite episode is A Scar for Percy. Is when Percy got bumped and all those boxes and bag bursts flying everywhere, and then it landed down at him.
Boxes and bags burst everywhere.
Oh, well, that's a shame. My Little Pony is here now, of course.
It's magic. In Ponyville of Equestria, we have our main protagonists, Twilight Sparkle and Spike.
I don't know if this is like number 4. I don't know which number this is, but it's up there.
Who goes on...
It's one of his favorite shows ever.
You guessed it, the adventures with their friends, Applejack, Rarity, Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy.
Like, I feel like where this is called my 10 favorite childhood shows, it's kind of... Like, the word childhood is doing really not a lot of heavy lifting in this one. Like, this is pretty much just his 10 favorite shows, if I had to guess. Because, again, unless he has a subsequent later list about my 10 favorite prestige TV HBO dramas, you know, and he's, like, a huge fan of Tony Soprano's character arc or whatever. Like, these are probably just his 10 favorite shows, more or less, give or take 1 or 2. So, I mean, yeah, My Little Pony is rounding the top of the list. How unfortunate.
And Starlight
Truly.
from the latest seasons. Until in the end, the main 6 has write the letters to Princess Celestia for their life lessons, from season 1 all the way to season 3. So in 2010s, this franchise and this generation has respect by good old Hasbro.
Somebody says cum jar reference. There you go. There you go. Check it off. There's a guy on the comments for the page that I'm the site that I'm reading One Piece on. There's every issue there's a guy in the comments who just says one of the lines from the comic from that issue, that chapter, but replaces one of the words with cum. You know, where is that cummy? What is that cummy smell? You know, stuff like that. The cum man is in the comments a lot. There's also a guy that just shows up for every single comment section to say, "I love Nico Robin." He's on every chapter of One Piece that I've read on that website. He's there. So, you know, there's dedicated people. It's a real community. Sometimes there'll even be people that are like, "What happened to the cum man? Where is he?" Like, I guess he didn't, like, this was a while ago now. This was like a few years ago. But I guess he didn't post fast enough for someone, and they were like, "I'm waiting to know who's cummed in this one." And so then the cum man shows up later, eventually. I mean, he ate the cum fruit. He's a cum man through and through. So, you know, he has to do it to him.
But then this franchise wasn't go very well in the 2020s, since after the finale of Friendship is Magic, and after the failure of Generation 5 of My Little Pony, Generation 5 of My Little Pony has been cancelled because it's got failure, and someone has downloaded the links online for the upcoming episodes for Season 3.
My Little Pony, Tell Your Tale. Why didn't they spell it Tail? What is wrong with them? What is wrong? Oh, hey guys, this one loves diversity, inclusion, and and friendship. DIF is what's ruining the gaming industry. But yeah, that's fucked. You had one job. Tell your TAIL. I know it's like a stupid pun. You know, it's not original. It's not like it's not like I'm smart for coming up with it. That's what sucks about this. They should have obviously named it that. What the fuck's wrong with them?
Someone has downloaded the links online for the upcoming episodes for Season 3. So we have
Someone in chat says, "Pronouns!" That's true, yeah. This one back here in particular.
likable characters, so there's a main 6, including Spike, And the other characters, like a guest appearance character named Cheese Sandwich. Yeah.
I mean, like, there he is, Weird Al. He was on My Little Pony. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and listen to all of his opinions about Blinky Bill. You know, I don't give a shit. Or even, like, Regular Show. I don't know. It's good. I might watch it someday. I've heard it's good. I know. But, like, I will sit here and listen to this guy, this adult man, tell us about My Little Pony for a little while. That's absolutely something I've got time for on this Saturday evening.
Weird Al Yankovic did an excellent performance of this character.
Bizarre Albert.
I wish Michael Jackson would have his guest appearance in this show if he didn't die and never had 2 accidents. Anyways, so there's the other best character, Big Mac. Yeah, he's the world's best older brother character. Same thing for Shiny Arm.
What the fuck is the site I'm reading One Piece on? I mean, I'll just tell you. It's comic with a K. Just look that up. I mean, maybe if you can't find it with that, then you're I don't know. I mean, it's available in lots of places. I'm doing the official colored version because imagine reading One Piece in black and white. I'm sorry. I mean, unless it's like the newest chapter, like I'm not reading it in black and white. It's the most fucking colorful piece of media ever invented. I'm not reading it in fucking black and white. Are you stupid? Are you serious?
Yeah, Big Mac didn't even talk so much, but he have a charm like Odie and Snoopy have when they don't talk. But he have catchphrase.
Wait, what did he say about Michael Jackson? I did see Michael Jackson there. My mind passed over Michael Jackson.
Cheese Sandwich. Yeah, Weird Al Yankovic did an excellent performance of this character. Gee, I wish Michael Jackson would have his guest appearance in this show if he didn't die and never had 2 accidents. Anyways.
Oh man, it's good that we sat through this whole segment. It's good that I specifically wanted to watch through him talking about My Little Pony, because we could have missed that gem. Let's, go over that again?
Gee, I wish Michael Jackson would have his guest appearance in this show if he didn't die and never had 2 accidents. Anyways, so
back to My Little Pony. And he shows, like, the footage of the corpse or whatever. Yeah, there's these... Yeah, if only none of this happened, you know, and then he could have been in My Little Pony. I mean, that's what Michael Jackson needed, was another method of reaching these kids. That's what he needed. Being in My Little Pony, that would do it. Man... I don't know. Thank you, William, for indulging us with your opinion on Michael Jackson's death vis-a-vis My Little Pony. Thank you.
2 accidents. Anyways, so there's the other best character, Big Mac. Yeah, he's the world's best older brother character. Same thing for Shiny Armor. Yeah, Big Mac didn't even talk so much, but he have a charm like Odie and Snoopy have when they don't talk. But he have catchphrases like...
Nope. Yup.
And
he have catchphrases, guys. He have them.
He does talk sometimes. I will forgive Hasbro after the failure of Generation 5 of My Little Pony, since they were trying to make so many critics and My Little Pony fans feel better. Oh! And my number 2 favorite childhood show is...
Jesus of God, why is it so loud in the... Why do these people always do this with the fucking... The part where it's just like, number 2, and it's like the loudest shit you've ever heard. It's just like Dogs Eating Dogs 6 with that awful music.
Dude. The Wiggles.
You
all know it's coming. And my other original idea...
He's like Australian, he has to say the Wiggles.
...is to put this alongside with High Five at my honorable mentions. But instead I put this on my number 2, like I said before. Our main band, The Wiggles, from 1991 to nowadays, has entertained children lots of things. You know, like...
Thank you for telling us about the... What is Brain Rot doing here?
And this is better than Cocomelon, the most hated modern kid show who ever appeared on YouTube. And it's also brainwashed to many of kids.
Many of kids. You don't want to have your brain rotted. Make sure you turn out like this guy, okay? He knows what's going on. He knows which side of the bread is buttered. So we got Fortnite. We got, like, I think this is Roblox. There's Prime, of course. There's like a Chad Pineapple. There's Cocomelon. There's an iPad. The the stupid clown, the toilet face, and then some zoomers or alphas, some skibbity alphas. So yeah, there's pretty good brain rot. That's a pretty good depiction of brain rot, I'd say. Yeah.
Besides, I have better
You don't want to get brain rotted.
this brain rot cartoon called Cocomelon. So we will stay far away from Cocomelon, otherwise we will cancel this cartoon nightmare. Yeah, we have some much better modern kid shows, like Bluey. You see, it has
Oh, every adult. Do children even watch Bluey? Like it's always some autistic fucking 40-year-old woman that's like, yeah, Bluey's got a lot of great stuff in it.
some gorgeous
Every
animation, likable characters, great execution, and it have a life lessons correctly. And I am so surprised that Anthony was starring in this show as the cashier and Rusty's father. So I consider The Weekles as the best live-action kid show from my country. And before we get to number one, here's some of the quick honorable mentions.
dude.
High five. Man, those were the good days with
Thank you for honorable mentions. I mean, do we have a like? It's difficult with a guy like this. Like, I want to just kind of skip around, but who knows when he's gonna whip out another thing about fucking Michael Jackson's death or whatever. You know, this is beautiful stuff. You kind of got to stick with him through it. Come on. Woohoo! Play the video.
rescue mission begins. Here's what Ryder would say.
No job is too big, no pup is too small.
When I was 9 years old, I first time watched the show a year after it's been released on Nick Jr. But then as the years go by, when I got older, I forgot about this show. Until 2021, following the release of the first theatrical movie, Paw Patrol the Movie. I watched it on YouTube over and over
If only this guy was American, he could maybe have seen the Paw Patrol movie at the same theater as Mighty Pups Fanboy, and maybe they could have made friends or something, you know. And then maybe maybe they could be gay for each other or something, you know, and they could have like really steamy fucking sex, you know, like that would be so nice.
And then when I watched it on TV again, my childhood memories with the Paw Patrol finally came back. And I started to remember that show. And I can't help to watch the show Paw Patrol because the writing is so clever. And this reminds me of the original Wonder Pets nowadays. And I wouldn't mind for the new style of Paw Patrol. So the new character designs for the Paw Patrol is a bit incomplete.
Someone says, why is his neck off-center? You're right. I think it's just the shirt. I think the shirt's collar is off-center, so it makes him look like that. But yeah, he does look like someone broke his neck. Maybe that's why he's like this.
Left style of Paw Patrol, so the new character
this is
design for the Paw
propaganda,
Patrol
it's
is
true.
a bit incomplete. I'm sure the animators will fix it and make them look exactly like from the posters and the first two movies. And besides, Chase and his friends, they're almost cute as
Oh, I'm sure they will. Look at that fucking PS1 tree outside.
I remembered as the new detail and the new changes. And finally, let's talk about SpongeBob SquarePants. So
This is your final runner-up. Okay, we're almost to number one,
original
everybody.
idea is to put SpongeBob on my number 5.
What? 5?
I put this lovely show on my number 1, alongside
Oh.
Paw Patrol.
It's a split ticket.
Season 1 to Season 3 of this show was classic, but Season 4 to Season 5 wasn't go very well with my childhood.
Wasn't go very well. Were you still a child at that point? I guess you probably were. I don't know how old this guy even is. He seems like an adult. He certainly looks like an adult. So, I mean, I just don't know. I mean, maybe this would have been closer to when he was actually... Because I was there pretty much since the beginning of SpongeBob, you know, and I watched like the first 3 seasons or 4. I pretty much stopped watching SpongeBob around the time the movie came out. Like the original movie. And that was like it for my SpongeBob career. Outside of occasionally playing Battle for Bikini Bottom, that game slaps. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I don't know much about SpongeBob after that era. So, I mean, like, he might have taken up the mantle where I left off, is kind of what I'm thinking.
I already talked about Season 6 to Season 8 of this show last year on my top 10 least favorite childhood shows. Luckily, this show got better in Season 9 to Season 11.
SpongeBob is a big-time user. He acts 13, but he's like 35. Yeah, I mean, total user. I mean, absolutely. I mean, he has a job, too, which some users do. You know, but he would probably be like one of the more high functioning users, but he's super a user, yeah.
Finn, I heard SpongeBob has won every awards at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards every year. But why SpongeBob always win awards at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards?
Why does Disney keep giving itself Oscars? You know, it boggles the mind.
After Avatar The Last Airbender, since 2000...
The last what, sorry?
Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. After Avatar The Last Airbender, since...
Endbender? Oh, man. That sounds like something you don't want the clan to have. I don't know.
Since 2008. But why not other cartoons with high ratings will win out of the Kids' Choice Awards the first time? I know SpongeBob has won a award as their favorite cartoon, but it's time for SpongeBob to stop win a award from the Kids' Choice Awards. I love SpongeBob SquarePants, but the only thing that SpongeBob will stop win at in the
I like that this is his #1 speech for his favorite childhood show. He's just like, it really needs to stop winning so many awards. All right. I mean, you know, you don't put up a great fight for it. I must say.
Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards is he needs a break. I wish Paw Patrol would win out of the Kids' Choice Award, and I wish Nickelodeon and Spin Masters Entertainment would give Paw Patrol a crossover episodes with Wow Wow.
And I really wish that Roger Bumpus would make Squidward stop being so mean to SpongeBob. Honestly.
See, and My Little Pony Friendship is Magic instead of SpongeBob. It's because it's a part of Steven Hillenburg's rules of my childhood. In my opinion, SpongeBob and Paw Patrol is the best Nickelodeon...
Steven Hillenburg's rules of my childhood.
And the best Nick Jr. show of all time.
That is so great.
Whenever you have a problem, just yell for help.
And then we'll come to the end of this video. I know lots of adults have great memories with all these TV shows from cartoons and live action, as long as it give them, including me, smile. And we don't forget...
Listen, we all like a good cartoon from time to time. I mean, I don't even think there's a problem with going back sometimes and watching an old cartoon. It's obviously the thing with a user where it's their whole life. It's a significant part of their personality is just that they're a fan of some cartoon that they probably are too old for now. That they're... You know, like that they've watched the same cartoon for like fucking 20 years and they're still getting as much out of it every time. That's the user, really.
To have a life lessons from the great TV shows and making all of us a better people. And do you think you have your own favorite childhood shows? If you thought so, leave your own thoughts in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
You're welcome for watching, PJ William Mask. Thank you for being from Australia. Good luck.
Presenting new Sing-Along Blue. Just squeeze Blue's palm.
This is the Sing-Along Blue! I've always liked the Sing-Along version of Blue! Man.